Hi friends, good morning. Today we try to understand silent feature of Constitution of India. So Constitution of India is a dynamic creation of our lawmaker. So I would like to salute Dr. Ambedkar, who is a founding father of Constitution of India, who strived to give us a supreme law of a country. As general law and ordinary law are derived from Constitution of India. Constitution of India has taken inspiration from the various constitutions of different countries across the globe, especially British Constitution, US Constitution, Canada Constitution, and somewhat Japan Constitutions. As you know, friends, India is a diverse country. There are different languages spoken. There are many traditions, customs, caste, religion, and hence diversity into unity is our keynote of Constitution. Friends, preamble of Constitution is based upon four principles, that is liberty, equality, fraternity and justice. I repeat, the Constitution of India is based upon the principle that is liberty, equality, fraternity and justice. Constitution of India is a sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic. Constitution of India is a written constitution, unlike British Constitution is not a written constitution. Friends, India is the largest democratic country in the world, and Constitution of India is a detailed constitution as it is incorporated with the various provisions in regard to the special attention to Northeast state of India, upliftment of SCs and STs, scheduled caste and scheduled tribe. India is a diverse country as a diversity in the language, religion, caste, custom, tradition and religions. And hence it is very detailed constitution. Constitution of India includes 8 schedules, 22 parts and 395 articles, and required to complete approximately 3 years, complete in 2 years, 11 months and 18 days. Constitution of India was passed on 26 November 1949. Friends, another most essential feature of our Constitution of India is the fundamental rights. Fundamental rights are incorporated with the Part 3 of the Constitution, and it is in between Article 12 to 35 of Constitution of India. So fundamental rights are in the 12 to 35 of Constitution of India. Fundamental rights is also called a Magna Carta of Constitution of India because it gives a right to all the peoples. Fundamental right provides a basic, fundamental, natural, unalienable birthright of every individual. As you know, friends, according to the Chief Justice Chandrachud, Article 14, 19 and Article 21 is termed as a golden triangle of fundamental rights. As you know, friends, Article 14 is equality before the law and equal protection of law. Article 19, freedom of speech and expression, and Article 21, that is right to life and personal liberty. So these 3 fundamental rights, Article 14, Article 19 and Article 21 is a term as a golden triangle of a fundamental right. Article 32 guarantees constitutional remedies. Without this article, fundamental rights have no meaning. Once somebody asked Dr. Ambedkar regarding the fundamental rights that which article he chose the best article, and he replied on that is the Article 32, because without constitutional remedies there is no use of any fundamental rights. So Article 32 is impossibility to these fundamental rights. As you know, friend, Article 21A that provides free and compulsory education to the children between 6 to 14 years, and Article 19 1 subclause 1 provides a right to information act. These two rights are the amendment acts which was originally provided in directive principle of a state policy. Friends, another important feature of the Constitution of India is a directive principle of state policies. It includes in the part 4 of the Constitution of India and under Article 36 to 51 of the Constitution of India. Directive principle of state policy, it is the instrument of instructions that is Government of India Act 1935. So directive principle of state policy is according to the Government of India Act 1935. Directive principle of state policy is a fundamental in governance, and directive principle of state policy is a noble feature of Constitution of India. As you know, friend, India is a modernized democratic country and nobody wants a police state. So everybody wants a welfare state, and directive principle of state policy is of the regarding the policy of welfare. Yes, friend, another important feature of the Constitution of India is the fundamental duties. So without duties, there is no right. So when there is a right, there is a duties for their citizens. So fundamental duties incorporated under 42nd Amendment of Constitution of India adopted in 1976, and it is inspired from Russians. These fundamental duties is set out in the Part 4 and under Article 51A of the Constitution of India. Fundamental duties are recommended by Swaran Singh Committee. Yes, friends, it is recommended by the Swaran Singh Committee, and there are 11 fundamental duties for the Indian citizen. Friends, another important feature of our Constitution of India is the parliamentary form of the government. Bicameral legislature is followed in our country at the central, and at the state there is a unicameral legislature. There is a Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha is in our country, that is bicameral legislature. Bicameral legislature is efficient as there is a lots of discussion and deliberation before making any law. Article 74 and Article 75 is concerned with the parliamentary system at the center, while as Article 163 and Article 164 is concerned with the state legislature. So parliamentary form of the government in India. Friends, Constitution of India is a unique blend of rigidity and flexibility. It is the mix. Indian Constitution is neither rigid nor flexible. Indian Constitution is not very difficult to amend. Any amendment to the Constitution which affects its federal nature would need to be special majority in the Parliament plus ratification by the half of the state division of the power. So there is a division of power between the center and the state, and separation of power between the judiciary and executive, and hence it is a unique blend of rigidity and flexibility. Another feature of Constitution of India is adult suffrage. Article 326 of Constitution of India provides that election to the House of People, that is the Lok Sabha, and to the Legislative Assembly, that is Vidhan Sabha, of every state shall be on the basis of adult suffrage. The Constitution 61st Amendment Act 1988 lowered the voting age from 21 years to 18 years. Another important feature of our Constitution of India is a single citizenship. All the citizens, irrespective of the state in which they born, enjoy single citizenship of India, unlike USA, United States of America, where there is a dual citizenship. And another important feature is that independent judiciary. Independence allow the judiciary to ensure that there is no misuse of power by any section of the government. Another important feature of our Constitution of India is the emergency provisions. Emergency provisions are contained in the Part 18 of the Constitution of India. President of India has power to impose emergency rule in any or all the Indian state if security part or all the India is threatened by the war or external aggression or armed rebellions. Constitution of India having three type of emergency under Article 352 for national emergency, Article 356 for president rule of the state, and Article 360 is for financial emergency. Another feature of our Constitution of India is the independent constitutional bodies, which is considered as independent and more powerful. Just like that, there are 10 bodies. Number 1, Election Commission, that is the independent and more powerful, that is under Article 324, Election Commission. Union Public Service Commission, that is the UPSC, under Article 315 to 323. State Public Service Commission under Article 315 to 323. Finance Commission of India, that is Article 280. National Commission for Scheduled Caste, that is Article 338. National Commission for Scheduled Tribes, that is Article 338A. Controller and Auditor General of India, that is under Article 148. Attorney General of India, that is under Article 76, Attorney General of India. Advocate General of India, Article 165. And Special Officer for Linguistic Minorities, that is under Article 350B. Apart from that, there is also non-constitutional bodies, that is also called extra constitutional bodies, that are CBI, CVC and many others. So friends, I hope you understand these some of the essential features of Constitution of India, which are very helpful for in LLB students and aspirants. Thank you so much.